Coming up on AC 24/7, cleanup begins as Mississippi is hit with deadly tornadoes killing more than 20 people. Plus, President Trump held a campaign rally in Waco, Texas, as he awaits New York prosecutors' decision about alleged hush money payment to adult entertainer star Stormy Daniels. And officials in Pennsylvania warn Philadelphia residents about possible water toxins following a factory explosion. Hey there, welcome to AC 24/7. I'm your host, Lamar Baldwin. Deadly storms hit Mississippi, killing 26 people and injuring more than a dozen. Rolling Fork, Mississippi has completely disappeared. The Advocate Channel's Ivan Rodriguez reports.
This neighborhood in Rolling Fork, Mississippi was almost completely flattened, and now dozens of neighbors don't have a place to call home. The cleanup process is continuing today, as well as tree removal services.
Say, like a lazy Susie of a smoker.
Even though Joshua Haynes can't do much to physically build back the city of Rolling Fork, Mississippi, it didn't stop him from wanting to help a community in pain, one meal at a time.
I told my wife yesterday, hey, we ought to just go cook for him. And
Haynes and his friends weren't the only ones wanting to help. It's the kind of gesture those who lost everything could appreciate.
And I can't find anything at all.
For Erwin Macon,
Really can't recognize most of this stuff.
everything he had was taken in an instant when the tornado that tore through this trailer park also claimed his home.
A lot of people are in a whole lot worse shape than I am. You know, losing everything, one thing, but being injured, some loss of life.
Loss of life reportedly, including a couple who died when the tornado flung a nearby semi-truck into their home.
but I know that they're in heaven right now. And I was told that they passed away in each other's arms.
A new satellite image showing the deep scar through the town left by the tornado, a catastrophe that will be felt for a long time.
There's nothing here. There's nothing here but a lot of wood, bricks, and rubbish. There's nothing here.
The director of FEMA says right now, the greatest issue is housing everyone whose home was lost or damaged. In Rolling Fork, Mississippi, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Former President Donald Trump held a presidential rally in Waco, Texas. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia joined the former president to show support. Trump spoke about how the press has been affecting his campaign. The former president has urged his supporters to protest if he's charged with alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Actress Gwyneth Paltrow testified in a trial over a 2016 skiing accident in Utah. Paltrow is accused of crashing into Terry Sanderson while skiing, causing lasting injuries and brain damage. Sanderson also claims Paltrow and her ski instructor left without getting him medical care. The actress filed a countersuit in 2019 claiming Sanderson skied into her. New data from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention shows the rate of children diagnosed with autism in the U.S. has been rising since 2000. The Advocate Channel's Mandy Gaither reports on the rising numbers.
At first glance, it's a disturbing trend in the U.S. In 11 communities across the country that are monitored by the CDC, more children are being diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
2.8% of children, or 1 in 36, were identified as having autism.
Matthew Maynor with the CDC says 5 years ago in those same communities, 1 in 44 children were diagnosed with autism by age 8, up from 1 in 150 children in 2000.
Black, Hispanic, and Asian Pacific Islander children had a higher prevalence of autism compared to white children.
The CDC believes the rising numbers don't necessarily mean there are more cases of autism, but that screening tools are catching more of them, especially in minority populations.
Children with autism are a significantly underserved population in our country.
Pediatric psychologist Eric Butter with Nationwide Children's Hospital says this data shows that we're heading in the right direction when it comes to diagnosing autism.
The health equity and disparity issues are beginning to show some promise.
Early detection is critical. The Autism Speaks organization says treatment has a greater impact when children are young.
This report also is a call to action for us to develop more culturally informed intervention services that are able to meet these families where they are at.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Philadelphia officials are testing water from the Delaware River after a chemical spill in Bridgeton, Pennsylvania.
There was contamination in the Delaware River, but we shut off the intake to the river.
Thousands of gallons of industrial chemicals poured into the river Friday in Bristol, Pennsylvania, near a key intake point for Philadelphia's water.
There was never any contamination in Philadelphia Water Department's system.
But this water safety warning, blasted out by the city Sunday, urged people to use bottled water instead.
Probably 50, 60 people long waiting to get water.
Many store shelves throughout the city were quickly wiped clean. Hours after the first warning, the city tweeted the water was safe, no need to buy bottled.
You look what those people went through in Ohio, it's the same, they believed it too. And then look what happens.
One of the 3 chemicals spilled was the same one found at the site of a highly toxic train derailment in Ohio last month. So far, not detected in Philadelphia's water. The company behind the river spill blames equipment failure.
Our responsibility is we will clean it up. We'll take full responsibility.
We have enough water within the system, which we are clear has no contamination.
Their tweet Sunday assuring residents downstream of the spill that tap water was safe to drink, at least until midnight Monday. Other experts still urge caution.
We don't have time in these few hours since the spill to do the full toxicological scientific study. So just in the interest of public safety, as this plume is passing, don't drink the water.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The Advocate Channel's Rachel Smith caught up with the fashion designer Tan France to talk about Netflix's hot new competition show, Next in Fashion.
This will change your life.
You'll create the next
iconic trends in fashion,
all under the watchful eyes of fashion royalty.
Congratulations on season 2. You and Gigi are having a blast together. You're so good.
Thanks so much. You're basically just getting, it's as if we put a camera on in her house and you're just watching us hang out. It really is so lovely. We love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I love that. And the very first debut episode has a very royal theme. In that spirit, who would be your fashion king and queen of Hollywood?
Oh gosh, that's a really tough question. Right now, King Brad, because he is going extra and serving. So Brad Pitt, I don't know if you saw him on that Bullet Train tour, but he was serving a look every moment. Yes. Queen, right now, maybe Jenna Ortega from the show. She's been crushing it.
I'm interviewing her this weekend for Scream. I'll tell her that she got that award from you.
Yeah, she's looking major.
She is looking great.
I want extra.
Oh my God.
I want beauty.
It feels like Hollywood lately is caring a lot more about representation, finally. But the fashion world, it seems, has always been this safe and welcoming space for the LGBTQ plus community. What has the industry meant to you in that regard?
Honestly, it just created a safe space. I always knew I wanted to be in fashion. And partly the reason I wanted to be in fashion is because I knew that that's where my people were. And I could let my creativity fly, my self-expression really shine. And most aren't going to judge you for it in fashion. It's kind of the expectation. Yeah. And so I've always appreciated fashion for that. If nothing else, you can be who you want to be.
My jaw's on the floor. I love it.
Thank you for joining us for AC 24/7. For more content that advocates to you, go to advocatechannel.com and make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Lamont Baldwin.